It's the final day of pool play here at the 2024 National Program Invitational from LakePoint Sports, a crown jewel event for prep baseball with 140 teams descending upon Emerson, Georgia. I'm Cory McCartney with you for our game of the day between 643 DP and Canes American and 16U action from the Audi Marietta Field with a scheduled 1 o'clock first pitch in this matchup. I'll be joined by Prep Baseball's Sean Duncan along with Prep Baseball Georgia scouts Hudson Graham and Ian Smith. Expecting some really great action in this one like we've seen all weekend long since this event got started on Thursday. It's included the #1 players in the class of 2025 and Ethan Holliday, 2026, and Jacob Lombard, so plenty of great action. And that's not the only thing that we're looking forward here at LakePoint Sports across these next few months, because we have teamed up with Johnsonville to bring you something very special here as we highlight positive actions, good sportsmanship, and selfless acts associated with all the various youth sports that we love. Any and everyone is encouraged to share these moments, so whether you're the one that spotted the activity, the one performing the act, or the recipient of the good deed, there is something in it for everyone, and Johnsonville just might reward you for your behavior and our participation. So use the QR code for more information on how you can make a submission, or head on over to LakePointSports.com or any of our social media channels to access the submission form. We've already seen some great stories unfold here at LakePoint Sports as we continue this with Johnsonville, including this great story with Dinger Nation and Jacob Price.
Sometimes one at bat can mean everything. That's the case for Jacob Price, an Alabama teen with autism who has found a home and an opportunity as part of Dinger Nation.
Even though I struck out, it's not the end of the world. I got faith, you know, and I want to tell you, it's an honor for Beckman to have me on the team and these coaches to give me this energy and to bless me. And the Lord found me a team. The Lord gave me the team.
His dad reached out to us back at the end of last summer. Was wanting to be part of a team. Loves baseball. Sister's a college pitcher. We run a fall league. Got Jacob to be part of it. Came out in the fall league, got him some at bats, and actually smoked one hopped the fence, and I couldn't tell you, the whole crowd just erupted from it. And it brought a different energy to everybody who was playing, so it was kind of infectious. He puts baseball into a little bit different perspective for everybody, and you know, baseball's a fun game, and it kind of helps us remember that, hey, let's have fun when we're out here.
Having Jacob, he's always a great time. Always let you know that God's got your back. Always has a smile on your face. Great guy to be around. Let you know that having at bats is just a blessing.
When I saw Jacob, I just thought he needed help. I have like special needs cousins, and I know how to handle it well, and I just like to have a good time with him because he's funny.
It's been real fun. My mom is a special education teacher, so I've been around it for quite a long time. She's been that my whole life. I've got a lot of time around it, and it's fun. I'll go help out with her and deal with it, and it really is just fun helping them out and having them as part of the team. It makes them a lot happier, and just to be treated like a normal person.
And while his playing time may be limited, Jacob brings plenty of enthusiasm and energy in the dugout, and he does it in his own unique way.
You know where he's at? He's that pitcher. He's going to be in that baby stroller. Ew. Itchy gaga. Here we go. 10 triple potatoes up in the fence. Hey, way to put that pitcher in his baby stroller. Yeah.
They're unforgettable, and everyone on the team has their favorite Jacob cheer.
I like his new one, his Goo Goo Gaga, whatever it was.
I would have to say we started him out with him yelling "EU" at the pitcher. It'll be funny because he'll just start screaming at the top of his lungs "EU," and it always makes us die out laughing.
My favorite one has to be Skibbity Toilet Ribs. Has to be.
Oh, my favorite cheer has to be Grandpa's Potatoes. My first time ever meeting Jacob, I was up to bat, and it kind of just threw me off whenever he yelled it at me while I was in the box. Had to call time, readjust myself, just take a minute, and I was like, he's going to be a good time.
While he makes it fun, Jacob also provides a unique perspective for his Dinger Nation teammates.
I need to be more grateful and appreciate the reps that I have, because the reps that he has, he doesn't get as much as I have, but he takes it really serious, and he loves every single second of it.
These are my teammates, and I love them. I wouldn't trade 1 minute for them, and I wouldn't trade nothing from them. And these teammates make me feel like family.
Absolutely love that story from Dinger Nation and Jacob Price. So again, make sure you head on over to LakePointSports.com or any of our social media channels to access that QR code so you can make a submission in our Johnsonville campaign. And there's really nothing like playing at LakePoint Sports, especially on the new resurfaced fields. And Simone Stanley caught up with Pro Stock to talk with them about, one, what it means to play on these fields, and secondarily, what it means to be playing in a prestigious event like MPI at LakePoint Sports.
What's up, everyone? It is Simone Stanley back outside at Retail Row, and today I'm hanging out with Pro Stock, and I'm asking the guys what it's like playing at LakePoint Sports. What is your favorite part about coming out to LakePoint?
Probably just like the atmosphere and the fields and like the competition that you come across here.
What do you think about the new fields? We got the new turf.
I think it looks amazing. It's great to play on, especially with like all the bad dirt fields and stuff.
Is this your first LakePoint tournament of the summer?
It's my second, actually. Yeah, and I really like LakePoint, and I love coming here all the time.
What's your favorite part about coming out to LakePoint?
It's always like it's always playing here, like the turf, because it's like always so special to me. Because I, like when I come here, it's like always a pride of being here.
Okay, what do you think about the new turf?
I think it's really nice.
Is this your first tournament of the summer?
Yeah, this is our first time playing here this summer.
Yeah, this is our first time.
So what do y'all think about the new fields we have?
I really like the new turf. I think it looks really good.
The new turf feels and looks a lot better.
What's your favorite part about coming out to LakePoint?
I love the scoreboard, how you can watch, like everything that's going on, the velos and stuff. I don't know, I think it's just cool.
Yeah, I like all the fields being close together so you can always just go around and watch every game.
Okay, so we always hear how great our fields are, but this is my first time learning that the guys think our scoreboard is cool too. I mean, of course it is. It's LakePoint.
Again, we're looking at a 1 o'clock first pitch in this matchup between 6'4" DP and Canes American. We'll be joined by Prep Baseball's Sean Duncan, along with local Prep Baseball Georgia scouts Hudson Graham and Ian Smith. And let's go ahead and look at how these teams are going to roll out here for this matchup. The last day again of pool play and 16U action from the National Program Invitational. 6'4" DP going to lead off with third baseman Jack Richardson, followed by shortstop Gabriel Hester. Second baseman Easander Poventude going to hit third and play second. Joe Montembeau, the first baseman, hitting fourth. Todd Haley, the right fielder, hitting fifth. Jack Reese, the center fielder, hitting sixth. Liam McCavitt, the catcher, hitting seventh. Logan Weidman, the DH, hitting eighth. Caden Lindsay, the left fielder, hitting ninth. And Carson Adamic will be on the mound. Canes American going to lead off with Terry Pettis, center fielder, followed by catcher Jack Woda. Riles Morris, the first baseman, hitting third. Hodge Williams, the DH, hitting fourth. Justin Lee, the right fielder, hits fifth. Hitting sixth is Alexander Cantwell, the left fielder. Cooper Kelly, the third baseman, hitting seventh. Grady Soderfer, the second baseman, hitting eighth. And Taj Marchand, the shortstop, hitting ninth. Max Yang will be on the mound for Canes American. So again, taking you up to a 1 o'clock first pitch as we see Canes American in the background there going through their base running drills. Now joined by Prep Baseball President Sean Duncan. Sean, you had a great game with us yesterday, building champions in SBG Sox, and hope you're good luck for another great one today.
Well, I am just flattered and honored to be invited back because I know the list to get on here is really hard. So I greatly appreciate, and I was unprepared yesterday, so I went and got my hair done, and
it looks good.
And we got some makeup people out back,
yeah,
so
yep.
I'm grateful to be back.
We stepped it up today. That was our fault. Last time that we didn't have the all that we didn't get your what do they call that in the entertainment business when you have your list of stuff that you send in you want only like certain colored M&Ms and all that stuff.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called, but it sounds like prima donna.
Yeah. You guys you're a lot, but when you're the president and this is your party, you get to do that.
Yeah.
So we got a good matchup here in Canes American 6'4" DP. This Canes American team, obviously they roll in with that C across their chest. I was talking to Grady Emerson from their national team. the way these guys come together for this time period, I mean, they're looking to come in and have fun, but wreak havoc. And I think that makes them the kind of team that every other team wants to give them their best shot.
Oh yeah, and they have so many good teams too. So they're all really good. You just don't know which one they are. So I think 643, which is one of the long-standing great programs here in Atlanta, Georgia. They're going to have it's going to be a great game.
One thing I love about what we get here at MPI, and I talked to Ryan Williams, coach for Georgia Jackets 16U American team, about this, and talking to Emerson as a player on the Canes National, is kind of that conflict, or say that you have between a group of local players that come together and they get themselves to this event and be able to kind of test their mettle against these almost like a super teams that come in with players from across the country. And I think how those teams go at it, I think really makes for one of the most intriguing pieces of this event.
Yeah, and some of those local teams that have been playing together for so long just play more cohesive baseball together. I don't know what it is, but it just. So there's the dynamic is really interesting. It's like the super teams in the NBA. It's like when you try to mash all these good players together. How's it going to work out?
And that's something I talked about the San Diego Padres scout team guys as well. Is like how do you keep that up, that chemistry up, when you're not together as much as these local teams are? And obviously, social media and group chats have really, I think, changed a lot of the dynamics of that. Maybe differently than it was 10, 15 years ago when you would pull these kids together. Maybe they only really got to be around each other for that 6 weeks during the summer, but now they can kind of stay up on each other and kind of keep up on what one another are doing.
And YouTube, you know, everyone's like a star on YouTube, right? So you could actually see all the players before you play them nowadays. And, with the Padres scout team, they're like a traveling all-star team, but they got some big-time guys as the head coaches in there, and I'm sure they are imparting their wisdom of every time you take the field, you got to get after it, or you can't rest on your rankings, or because there's a lot of hungry players out there that are going to want to take their cheese.
We mentioned this Canes American team, the 643 DP crew they'll be going against. Head coach Jake Prago has got 10 players ranked in Georgia, headlined by Jack Richardson, who's 30th in the state. He's going to end up leading off for his crew today. They're going to be taking on a Canes team that will have Max Yang on the mound. Yang from J. Sarah Catholic in California, 39th ranked right-hander in California. You start talking about that Catholic League out there in California, and pretty much you can bet that Max Yang has pretty much seen a little bit of everything when it comes to in-game competition.
Oh yeah, and J. Sarah's they have an analytics department at J. Sarah where it's a lot of mid-major colleges don't even have. So it's really impressive.
All right, excited to get this one started. We had a 1-on-1 first pitch scheduled. See what action we got going on the field here. Again, we're going to have Richardson's going to lead things off for 643 DP, and so the teams haven't quite taken the field yet. We see Yang and his catcher coming in from the bullpen as they were down there getting in a little bit more work. But run through this lineup one more time for you. 643 DP, again, going to lead off with Jack Richardson, the third baseman. Gabriel Hester, the shortstop, will hit second. Eason Poventude, the second baseman, will hit third. Joe Montembeau, the first baseman, hitting fourth. Todd Haley, right fielder, hitting fifth. Center fielder Jack Reese hitting sixth. Liam McCavitt, the catcher, will hit seventh. Logan Weidman, DH, hitting eighth. Caden Lindsay, the left fielder, hitting ninth. And Carson and Dominic will be on the mound for 643 DP. Canes American, Terrian Pettis, the center fielder, leading off. Jack Woda, catcher, hitting second. Riles Morris, the first baseman, hitting third. Hodge Williams, DH, hitting fourth. Justin Lee, the right fielder, hitting fifth. Alexander Cantwell, left fielder, will hit sixth, hitting seventh. Third baseman Cooper Kelly. Grady Soderfer, the second baseman, hitting eighth. And Taj Marchand, the shortstop, hitting ninth. And aforementioned Max Yang going to be on the mound. So, Sean, this is the last day of pool play for you, and obviously here and everybody at MPI. Does each event kind of feel when you roll through MPI every year? Does it feel different year to year, or do they roll? I mean, how do you kind of have your takeaways from the event?
The competition's been outstanding. I mean, you look at the pool plays, and talk to some of the coaches. They're like, "Dang, you gave us the hardest pool in the division." They're like, "No, every single one's like that," and and that's when we conceived this event about 5 years ago was like, you're able to bring, all your your levels, and you're going to face teams from all over the country and looks that you never see before, and really face the highest level of competition. And at the 15, 16, 17U level, there's maybe one or two teams that are just running away with the pool. So, and to that extent, I consider it a huge victory when there's no rain.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's been the most beautiful weather imaginable here in Atlanta, which, it's always sunny, but it's always could be really hot too. But there's a nice breeze and no rain.
So what you just saw, our intern Grayson Rosen hooking up the home plate umpire with the GoPro. So we're going to have a really nice extra view here that you'll be able to see on our social media channels later today with some additional footage of this broadcast. So going to be excited to see that. So we're going to put these umpires to the test and see their work. And that's where we get the armchair umpires get to tell us whether or not these guys are actually calling great balls and strikes. But we always appreciate when the home plate umpire is willing to put that GoPro on and put himself out there. So
I'm actually shocked that you're able to get a GoPro on the umpire's head. So
they love it. They love it. They love doing it. So we just need to get a better microphone on us so we can actually hear the interactions between the catchers and the batters. But we're still making it happen, still getting that additional footage. So excited to bring that to everybody. So you talked about when this event was conceived. Can we do about that process a little bit and just how you guys were able to get this off the ground?
Well, when we came in here at that time, it was late in the game to plan ahead, 18 months in ahead. So my thought was we need to create one bug light event for the summer, aside from the future games, right? So we need to pluck 8 to 10 really good programs from all over the country, have them bring their 15, 16, and 17U team, and so they could see, for the program's perspective, they could see all their teams in one spot as well, right? Because a lot of times, from a program perspective, you're only able to see the 16s or the 15s or the 17s. So, and then from a recruiting perspective, it's just an absolute scouting smorgasbord, right? You could, back then, recruiting 15-year-olds was a big deal. Now that you can't talk to them, so it's a little bit different nowadays with the recruiting landscape. But so that was the idea, and 643 was one of the original teams in it. So they're not. Some of the building champions was also one of the teams that hopped on board early. Just super grateful for those programs that said yes to an unknown event, and I'm proud of how it's evolved.
Is it obviously a lot easier now to get teams to come here than it was a few years ago when you guys were getting it off the ground?
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah,
and there's a lot of teams are trying to get into this tournament, and it's great. We wish we could get more. I mean, we could get more fields off campus, but we try to keep the off-campus fields, to about a 15 to 20 minute radius, because, we heard from the public that they just traveling in their car too long is not what they want to do for tournaments.
Yeah, I mean, I think you should use your powers to get us some more fields on the north side of campus. We got some land up there.
Yeah. I got my genie bottle.
There you go.
I'm going to rub it.
Max Yang starts him off with a ball. This, of course, going to be Jack Richardson, Gabriel Hester, and Isandor Poventude to follow. Hits him on the elbow. Richardson's on his way to first base.
Kind of leaned into, if you're going to lean into a pitch, you might as well lean into a 76-mile-an-hour breaking ball. Yeah. Smart.
Gabriel Hester. Mount Perrin High School. Been a private school power in Metro Atlanta, late 6-foot, 190-pounder. Hold of that, sends it into center field. Camps underneath it for the out. Richardson's going to retreat to first.
6'4" with Coach Prago. Danny Prago is one of the guy who's been around the block. in the travel ball world for a long time, and he's always been well known for having hard-nosed, fundamental teams, and really kind of the players play the game the right way.
It's a really interesting bat now here for 6'4", Iskander Poventude from Kennesaw Mountain, the 13th ranked shortstop in Georgia, 47th overall in the class. Exit velo is up to 95.6, bat speed above 70 miles an hour, so this kid can hit.
That level bat speed and exit velocity, that's a good combination. Stands in there, right?
Flicks that one foul, and Richardson's going to get his sprints on, but head on back to first base. Gotta hate that as a base runner, right? You get your jump, you're ready to roll.
At least you got the read right.
Yeah.
So you learned something.
Counts 1-1.
Good hack.
Taking off again as that one goes foul. I think Richardson's hoping somebody's just timing him on his way to second base, make it worthwhile.
He must be fast. They got him in motion every time. So.
Yeah, we've got Richardson with find the 60 speed on him, but the exit velo's up there. You know, the 1-2, Poventude gets a hold of that, sends it into left field. Camps underneath that for the second out. Alexander Cantwell with the play there.
Breaking ball at just under 70 miles per hour. Kind of left it up just enough for him to put a solid barrel on that one.
This is Marist Joe Montembeau, catcher. He's playing first base today. 6 foot 176. Richardson goes off for a third time, but he's going down at the caught stealing at second through half an inning. Runner stranded between 6'4" DP and Canes American. We'll be back from LakePoint Sports.
So yeah, outrage is trending. Our feed's stirring us up, splitting us up. What if we came out from behind our walls and keyboards just for a sec and just go yard? Front yard. Come out bagging, jumping, check on that Johnsonville feed. Let our individual flavors blend together. Yes, block nobody, block party. Keep it juicy.
The Windscreen Factory, more than just windscreen. We're a full-service sports facility contractor. We manufacture windscreen for sports and construction, do fence repair and installation, and fabricate field netting and batting cages. In addition to manufacturing the products, we also install upon request. We make safety padding for backstops, rails, and walls, as well as full-service print shop with logo, branding, and signage capabilities. Please call us for a quote today.
Welcome back to LakePoint Sports. Canes Americans turn at the plate here in our game of the day from the National Program Invitational. Cory McCartney along with Prep Baseball's Sean Duncan. Terry and Pettis going to lead things off for Canes American, followed by Jack Woda and Riles Morris. Carson and Dominic on the mound for 6'4" DP. And Dominic, the 5th-ranked right-hander in Georgia, 15th overall, 61st nationally. The fastball up around 87. Also throws curveball change. Over 2,300 spin on that fastball, so let's see what he's got in store here for Pettis. It's it up to 88.3. Quick worker, 87.5. Yesterday, the SBG Sox starter we saw had that real low setup, and here you got, and Dominic's about to hide in his face a little bit behind the glove. Pettis skies that foul.
Try to elevate that fastball up in the zone. Got a piece of it. It's real clean arm.
He stands 6'5", 179. Pettis sends that one foul.
77-mile-an-hour breaking ball with some downer action. So far, so good. Looking good.
A lot of rhythm to what he does too, right? You watch the foot strikes and kind of rocks back and forth. And change his windup there.
He did. Kind of quick step there.
Swing and a miss, goes down on strikes.
That's a good-looking breaking ball right there.
Nice secondary pitch from Dominic. So Pettis goes down on strikes, and here's Jack Woda. Not a lot of times you see a catcher hitting second in a lineup, but that's exactly what you're getting from the Bishop O'Connell.
And he threw a dime to throw out the runner to end the inning.
Well, he skies that. We'll see who's going to make the play. First baseman calls him off, says he's got it, and that's 2 down. Yeah, we have Woda with a pop time of 194 to 199, so definitely show that off.
And it was right on the bag. All the shortstop had to do was just drop the glove. It's a good pitch, good miss.
And Dominic working quickly here, and this is Riles Morris from Lucy Beckham High School in South Carolina. The first-ranked first baseman in South Carolina swings through for that for strike 2.
That's a little.
Or strike 1.
That's a power change right there at 83.
Misses on the 1-1.
Went back to it.
He holds, but counts now 2-2. Misses to run it full.
Count me a big fan of Adamic. Is that how you pronounce it? I'm sorry.
Adamnik?
Adamnik. Stressing the A wrong.
I think the other team may be stressing it differently if he's continuing to frustrate them.
Well played, sir.
2-out walk. He's going to give way to Hodge Williams, the DH. Williams from Holly Springs, North Carolina, 6th-ranked catcher in that state. Just misses outside 81.4. Haven't seen a throw over yet from Dominic. We'll see. There we go.
Just a little show-me move.
Saw the arm of Jack Woda in last inning. Liam McCavitt would like to do the same. That's in for a strike. Should they test his arm? I've asked catchers before, when you're doing that throw down at the beginning of the inning, do you show it all in that moment or do you hold a little bit back hoping that they're willing to test you?
Nah, you got to show it off.
Yeah.
You got to, because you're either going to bait a guy or like, hey, we don't want to run on him. I like to have the fear of not running.
Got a 1-1 count to Williams as he towels his hands off.
Carson really confidently shuffles his pitches really well. I mean, he'll throw a breaking ball and a fastball count, change-ups. Obviously, it looks like he knows what he wants to do, where he wants to put his fastball. So he really could, it's really a starter profile for him at the next level.
Bounces the 1-1, gets away from the catchers. Can stay put, though. So Riles Morris will stay at first. Here's a 2-1. Swing miss on the elevated fastball.
working 86 to 88 with the fastball. And again, you know, I don't know if it's on purpose or not, but he elevates, he works both sides of the plate.
Runner's taken off. Not in time. Thought we were going to see another catcher end the inning with a caught stealing, but Liam McCavitt unable to get it there in time. So we're going to see Riles Morris standing on second base and the runner in scoring position for Kansas American with 2 down and a full count here in the bottom of the first.
The LakePoint StatCast had him a 2-3-2 down to second base there.
There you go.
Oh, he got him.
Got him. Nice move
Got
by
him.
Adam Mondick to get the end of the inning. Got that runner sleeping there at second base.
That's pure timing play right there. It was well executed.
And that may be what you need when you get those local kids together. They're
Exactly.
well tuned to pull that off. 6'4" DP. That's Kansas American strand a runner. We're through 1. You're watching the National Program Invitational.
Next. Next. Stop.
You got it?
No. Keep going.
Again.
Next. Next.
If you don't pick one,
Oh, you have time. Am I keeping you from your job? Next. I don't even know where I am anymore. Stop.
Do we finally have it?
Let's go back to the beginning.
Are you
Your
joking?
electric future customized. The fully electric Audi Q4 e-tron.
Making every second count. That is how I live. And this is how I hydrate. Body Armor Sport Water. Water for the athlete in all of us.
This is ready to go online. Any questions?
Yeah, I got one. How about the best network imaginable? Let's invent that.
That's what we do here.
Quick survey. Who wants their internet to work pretty much everywhere? And it needs to run smooth, like super smooth.
Hey, should you be drinking that?
It's decaf. Because we're busy women. We don't have time for lag or buffering. Who doesn't want internet that helps AI do your homework even faster?
Come again?
Sorry, what was that?
Introducing the next generation 10G network, only from Xfinity. The future starts now.
Welcome back to LakePoint Sports. It's the second inning of our game of the day. Final day of pool play here in the National Program Invitational. Kansas American taking on 6'4" DP and 16U action. Cory McCartney. Prep Baseball's Sean Duncan with you. Max Yang continues on the mound for Kansas American. Dribbler down the right side. Now got Joe Montembeau, the first baseman, going to be followed by Todd Haley and Jack Reese. The 4, 5, and 6 hitters for 6'4". There's a 1-0. Montembeau watches that. Montembeau from Marist High School. Primarily a third baseman. Right off Yang's glove goes a second, gathers, throws in time for the out.
Well positioned, got enough glove on it to slow it down a little bit, and second baseman made it routine.
This is Todd Haley from Walton High School. Saw Todd up at the Georgia preseason All-State in January, setting the stage for a big year for him at Walton. Number 3 first baseman in Georgia in the class, 107 overall. The exit velo's into the mid-90s. That one skips off the catcher's mitt.
He stands in there like he smashes baseballs. He's locked and loaded.
You have seen him on the mound. Gets into the low 80s, over 2,000 spin. But yeah, the kick and hit as well. Another one that gets away from the catcher. Yang on the mound, Woda behind the plate. So if we combine them, it's Yoda. That's their battery name, is Yoda.
Yeah.
You know, you get like Ben Affleck and J-Lo together,
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff.
I'm feeling it.
Yeah,
I hear
like
you.
it. That's what we should start doing, is having battery names.
Mashups.
That's right. 2-0 count to Haley. Rips that one foul.
He was thinking dead red on that. Yang kind of lands open, which kind of creates that, natural arm side run on his fastball, and he's around the zone and with, 78 to 80.
There he is with the 2-1. Swing and a miss, goes down on strikes. You do wonder with some of these younger pitchers at the bigger Catholic schools and those huge, the huge teams out in California, how much do the younger guys even get a chance to really see high-level competition outside of practice? Because they're not getting a lot of varsity time, so they may be playing JV. This may be the time of the year where, Max Yang's really getting to see some high-level bats for the first time.
Who know? I think,
Hits him in the back. Second hit by pitch.
I'm pretty sure. Where's Yang from again?
Jay Serra.
Jay Serra, yeah. I mean, down in SoCal, I lived there for some time. There's good players walking around every block. It's everyone plays baseball down there, and it's year round. So I'm sure he's seeing good players, good competition.
So Todd Haley goes down on strikes. Jack Reese gets plunked in the back, and here is Liam McCavitt. McCavitt from St. Bosco Academy here in Georgia. Skies that one into center field. Camps underneath it for the out as Terry Pettis hauls that one in to strand another runner for 6-4 3DP. Got a bit of a pitcher's duel brewing here. The National Program Invitational. We'll be back from LakePoint Sports.
Where's it written? Only grill burgers? Nowhere. That's where. Now throw on some sausage. And keep it juicy.
Boogie woogie jam slam, bust the dialect, I'm the man in command, come. Flow with the sounds of the mighty mic.
We're back at LakePoint Sports. Carson Adamondic still on the mound for 6-4 3DP. Going to continue this at bat against Hodge Williams, who was standing at the plate the last half an inning for Canes American. And they had it caught stealing in their frame. And Cory McCartney joined by Prep Baseball's Sean Duncan. And it looks like scouting goes beyond you and your family. Your wife sending you some footage of your son playing. Is she sending it just to say, oh, look what you're missing, or is she sending it to say, okay, give me the scouting report?
No, she's just keeping me abreast of what's happening. It's a life or death 8U game.
There you go.
So, it's a matter if he's going to get dinner or not. If he needs to eclipse more than 2 hits in order for us to feed him.
So he doesn't eat if he doesn't get 2 hits.
Exactly.
All right.
Yeah.
So if I see him in September in the Prep Baseball American game and he's looking a little peaked,
he didn't have a good season.
Oh, I love it. All right, Hodge Williams is going to be followed by Justin Lee and Alexander Cantwell. Williams, as I mentioned, as he got things started in his last at bat from Holly Springs, North Carolina.
You never want to see someone get thrown out the end of the inning, but he actually was given a favor because he's seen some pitches from Carson and has a sense of his arsenal with a clean count.
Starts him off 1-0. Dominic goes fastball, sends that foul.
I mean, you don't need to daydream much to think that Carson's going to go, in 2 or 3 years, he's going to put on 20 pounds of lean muscle, and he's going to be a beast.
That thing's going to be mid-90s on the fastball.
It's easy. It's downhill. He's got feel for 3 pitches, and it looks like he really knows where he wants to put it, too. He's working arm side and glove side. Up and down.
Looks like we're going to get elevated fastball here. Skies that one. Right fielder's tracking back's got it. One down.
He pretty much spotted that one right down the middle. And he also tries to mess with hitters' timing. You saw him quick step one, then he did kind of that, I don't even know what you call it, you know, and he kind of like looks like he's going to do his leg lift to get into his motion, and sometimes he gets into it fast like that.
It's a miss, 88.
Seen more and more of that, Corey, is guys trying to mess with timing, and that's an art form to, if you're able to execute that.
Swing and a miss. You know, it's a little thing, but one of my son's coaches for USA Scout talks to them about saying the word UCLA in your head, and you just pick different letters within UCLA for when you make your delivery, and you know, that having that be kind of that mental approach to messing with a guy's timing.
Interesting. You see, like, dudes like Nestor Cortez, and have you seen what he's doing? It's wild.
Yep. 2-1, but dribbler to the left side, short gathers, throws, nice throw across the diamond for the second out. Good play there from Gabriel Hester at short. So here's Alexander Cantwell as Justin Lee is out on the ground out. Cantwell gets a hold of that one, sends it deep into center field, but camps underneath it for the out, and our pitching duel continues through 1.5. This is the National Program Invitational.
The Windscreen Factory, more than just windscreen. We're a full-service sports facility contractor. We manufacture windscreen for sports and construction, do fence repair and installation, and fabricate field netting and batting cages. In addition to manufacturing the products, we also install upon request. We make safety padding for backstops, rails, and walls, as well as full-service print shop with logo, branding, and signage capabilities. Please call us for a quote today.
We're back at LakePoint Sports, our game of the day for the National Program Invitational. 643 DP against Canes American. A little fun in the commercial break there from us. But Max Yang still on the mound for Canes American. Logan Weidman at the plate for 643 DP. And Logan comes in as a bit of a baseball family here in Georgia. Walton High School, 9th ranked first baseman in the state. But his brother Ryan is now on his way to Western Kentucky. Just spent the last 2 years at Georgia Highlands, where they just made a trip to the JUCO World Series. So got to talk to Ryan quite a few times along his process at Georgia Highlands. I know they were really excited. Logan puts that in play. That one's going to be into left field for the first hit.
Jumped on the first pitch.
So Logan Weidman, the 9th ranked first baseman in Georgia, is going to be standing at first. Logan, the DH today, and he's going to give way to Caden Lindsay. Caden from Lassiter High School. Gets the bunt down. Weidman's taking off for second, going to get Lindsay at first, but advances the runner 90 feet, does his job. That's when your first base, third base coach yelled, "Do a job, do a job."
Well,
Caden Lindsay did exactly that.
Woba was like a cat on that ball, man. He got out of the crouch like he was shot out of a cannon and was all over that, because that was a pretty darn good bunt, right?
It was.
Like, he put it right where he needed to, and he was super athletic getting out of the crouch. So that's two really big time plays by Woba behind the dish.
Yeah, Dominic and Woda have looked awfully impressive in the one half of each of the opposing batteries. Now we're back to the top of the order, and Jack Richardson. Richardson holds on that. One 0 from Yang. Richardson skies that in the right field.
Ball carried a little
Yeah,
bit.
back off the wall. Able to make the play, though, as that one looked like it had a chance to.
It didn't
for
look
a
like he
run.
got it, you know, it looked like he got jammed a little bit, but that ball really carried.
Sure
And
did. So Weidman moves on to third as Richardson makes the loud out, and here is Gabriel Hester.
I don't think he got jammed. It was 93 off the bat,
Yeah.
so it's a bad read by me.
Hester checks his swing, does not go.
Good call by Blue. Or Black.
You can see the GoPro on the home plate umpire's head. Love this.
Have we seen any GoPro shots yet?
Oh, we don't do it. We can't do it in game. So
I
yeah,
was-
we'll
okay.
produce that content after the game's over with. That's what I need to start doing. Is after we get a few innings in, is to have a runner come over and get the footage, then bring it back in and adjust it in so we can watch it. So we'll have to get that going by future games. .30 count to Hester. Mount Perrin 26. Drops breaking ball in for a strike on the 3-0 count, makes it 3-1.
Interesting. 3-0 breaking ball. Go kind of front doors it.
On the 3-0, ends up walking Hester. So Eason Poventude got an opportunity here with runners at the corners.
6-4-3. Was it Hester that ran 3 times before he got
That was
thrown out?
Richardson.
Richardson.
Yep. Interesting situation here for 6-4-3. Do you send the runner at first with 2 strikes, or do you allow Poventude to put something in play? And he does, puts it in play.
Oh, he slipped
Third
coming
baseman
out of
gathers,
box.
throws a second in time for the out. 2 stranded by 6-4-3 DP. We're still scoreless in the National Program Invitational.
So yeah, outrage is trending. Our feed's stirring us up, splitting us up. What if we came out from behind our walls and keyboards just for a sec and just go yard, front yard? Come out bagging, jumping, check on that Johnsonville feed. Let our individual flavors blend together. Yes, block nobody, block party. Keep it juicy.
Boogie woogie jam slam, bust the dialect, I'm the
The Windscreen Factory, more than just windscreen. We're a full-service sports facility contractor. We manufacture windscreen for sports and construction, do fence repair and installation, and fabricate field netting and batting cages. In addition to manufacturing the products, we also install upon request. We make safety padding for backstops, rails, and walls, as well as full-service print shop with logo, branding, and signage capabilities. Please call us for a quote today.
Marching right along here in our game of the day from the National Program Invitational. We are scoreless, 6-4-3 DP and Canes American. Cory McCartney, Prep Baseball's Sean Duncan, Carson and Dominic still on the mound for 6-4-3 DP. He's getting a little prayer in, but I think it's the batters that have needed a bit of a prayer against him so far. He's looked awfully strong on the mound for 6-4-3 DP. He's got Cooper Kelly.
It's early, but Carson's probably in the running for the free Audi.
Yeah,
today.
I think he is, yeah. Or at least a keychain. That's in for a strike. We gave a test drive yesterday. I think maybe a brochure today. Or
Yeah. No, you get the full money. You get the car.
Cooper Kelly chops that one to first base.
Uh-oh.
Gathers, throws, flips that Dominic in time for the out.
Good job of getting over there, doing his job. See, the PFP works. It all pays off.
When I've coached kids, we run a drill called Chaos, just like that, where we set kids up at third, set kids up at first, and have the pitchers on the mound, and we just hit different grounders to them and make those pitchers on the run, make those plays, because that's got to be. I mean, talked to Ryan Williams from Georgia Jackets about this a couple days ago. People can say pitchers are not athletes, but there may be no harder play in baseball than on the run, trying to take that flip from different angles. It's a tough play.
Yep.
Comes the 1-1.
Carson usually sets it up with a first pitch strike every time, and
more action at first, and we're going to see it again. First baseman says, I got it myself this time, and he does for the second out.
I don't have my pitch counter, but he is
32 pitches.
How do you know that so fast?
Oh, we got a scoreboard. We got all the information. You said we had LakePoint StatCast.
That's
so.
right. Got to tap into it. He's getting some early outs.
Yeah, he might be in this one for the long haul. Rips that one down the left side. Going to be on the run. Got their first base hit. Marchand taking off for second base. Taj Marchand with a stand-up 2-out double. He's got the double celly there.
Sometimes when you throw first pitch strike fastball, you could just go hunting for it, and I think that's what he just did right there. Is he was looking dead red and spun on it.
So here we go, second time through the lineup. This is Terry Pettis.
That was 100 off the bat too, so that was well struck.
For their number 9 hitter, 99.8 exit velo. Marchand dancing around.
Better watch that timing play again.
Yeah, we saw Dominic catch Kane's American snapping to end an inning on that timing play. It's a little flick of the glove there. You wonder if that has anything to do with it. Misses.
He's got some long arms too, man. I wonder what his extension is to the plate. It's got to be pretty good.
That's one of the metrics I'd love to see you guys add, because I love seeing that on the StatCast pages. It's something that I talk to.
We actually have it, but when you don't use the stadium units, and you're using it on the portable, the numbers are too erratic, because depending on what the mound, the height of the mound, everything is a factor. So if you're like at junior college fields or wherever you're at, it's very, there's a lot of variable to it, and we just don't trust a lot of it. But there is an extension category in there.
Okay.
And we just you can't really publish the extension numbers from the TrackMan
Gotcha.
stadium units.
2-2 count to Pettis. 1 on, 2 out.
Probably
Dominic
too much
steps
information
off.
for you there.
No, I'm truly interested, because I think the more numbers you guys can add, because I can't tell you how much I've loved talking to the kids about the bat speed metric, and that now being at the MLB level, and they can go in and kind of see where they stack up. I think it all helps to tell a story, and it all matters.
It does. It does. And with extension and vertical attack angles and all of that, you could really piece together who truly is an outlier. And it might not be there right now, but the stuff is he has outlier stuff. And sometimes you might see 85-mile-an-hour fastball, but it plays up to 88, 89 because of his extension and the perceived velocity. Oh, he got him.
Got him in a rundown. Another timing play for Ian Dominic. Marchand's on the run. Got him in the pickle. Makes the play. Another base running miscue for Kane's American. We're through 3 and still scoreless in the National Program Invitational.
Slow walk back to the dugout after that.
Next. Next. Stop.
You got it?
No. Keep going.
Again.
Next. Next.
If you don't pick one,
Oh, you have time. Am I keeping you from your job? Next. I don't even know where I am anymore. Stop.
Do we finally have it?
Let's go back to the beginning.
Are you
Your
joking?
electric future customized. The fully electric Audi Q4 e-tron.
Making every second count. That is how I live. And this is how I hydrate. Body Armor Sport Water. Water for the athlete and all of us.
This is ready to go online. Any questions?
Yeah, I got one. How about the best network imaginable? Let's invent that.
That's what we do here.
Quick survey. Who wants their internet to work pretty much everywhere?
And it needs to run smooth, like super smooth.
Hey, should you be drinking that?
It's decaf.
Because we're busy women.
We don't have time for lag or buffering. Who doesn't want internet that helps AI do your homework even faster?
Come again?
Sorry, what was that?
Introducing the next generation 10G network, only from Xfinity. The future starts now.
We are back at LakePoint Sports in our National Program Invitational game of the day. Cory McCartney, Prep Baseball's Sean Duncan with you, 6'4" DP, and Canes American remains scoreless. We've seen a couple opportunities from Canes American with runners at second base, and both got caught in some base running miscues as Carson and Dominic showing out on the mound for 6'4", and swinging a miss as Max Yang still on the mound for Canes American.
That was a center cut fastball right there. He just swung through it.
Joe Montembeau at the plate, followed by Todd Haley and Jack Reese.
Woba held that pitch a little bit longer. He was like trying to show the umpire, come on now.
He's going to go back and watch the GoPro footage for sure, I'm sure. Miss makes it 2-1.
I've really been impressed by the catcher play here. Like really some advanced receiving I've been seeing across all levels.
2-1. Get a lot of that one straight leg out stuff. That's really, been something a lot of guys have adapted.
It's in vogue. Before, 2 years ago, it was one knee. Now it's it's a little hybrid.
Tries to frame that, but runs the count full.
He's a really good receiver, Woba. Works down to up. See, that's the hybrid. One leg out, one knee. Good pitch. Got him.
So goes down on strikes, does Montembeau, and here's Todd Haley. Todd's 0 for 1.
It's seen a lot of platinum hair.
So there was a big thing in the Georgia high school teams that they all dyed their hair blonde. So you're seeing a lot of the kids, because Todd did not have blonde hair last I saw him playing for Walton the early parts of the season.
Good pitch, flips a breaking ball in for strike one.
I don't know what the kids who are already blonde do, though.
Well, I think there's blonde, and then there's like M&M blonde.
That's true.
Yeah. That was a good pitch, too.
The one thing that you see that Woda does really well, too, is the rising catch.
Down to up.
Yep.
That's how it's a really, that's what you teach them these days.
But you're also seeing a lot of guys, and this has happened at the major league level, where guys are getting hit on the glove.
Well, if you saw the Wilson Contreras one,
yeah.
I don't think anyone has ever seen getting hit, like breaking your forearm, you're that close, that's insane.
Here's a 2-1. This is glove side. But there's a balance for these guys, right? Because every hitter has their different setup and how much you're trying to get that extension out to try to steal that strike. I mean, it can be tough. That is in for a strike.
But a good catcher makes a pitcher, makes fringe balls seem like strikes.
Can't do it that time, though, as Todd Haley's going to stride down to first base for a one-out walk, and here's Jack Reese. Jack Reese from the Lovett School, the 15th ranked outfielder in Georgia, 63rd overall. Another of the Georgia preseason All-State honorees that we had back in January. He rips that one into right field on the run. That one's going off the wall, headed into second base.
Oh.
Nice one-out double from Jack Reese.
I thought the runner on first was going to be able to crawl home on that one, but I guess wasn't sure if it was going to drop or not.
Justin Lee covering some ground in right field stops that from happening.
That was a good swing right there.
Yeah, you get a big bounce off the wall like that and kind of stops everything from going your way.
Time to huddle up, boys. It's decision time.
On wedding gifts, isn't that what you're supposed to talk about when you go out there?
Oh, yeah.
Candlesticks and make for a great gift. Max Yang's going to exit with one down here in the top of the fourth. Got runners at second and third off that double from Jack Reese. Liam McCavitt at the plate with one out. Opportunity here for 6'4" DP to get those first runs on the board. Hudson Graham looming outside. He's going to have a lot to say about these 6'4" DP kids, players that he sees quite a bit.
The all-knowing Hudson Graham knows every single player that walks around the great state of Georgia.
And once they first pick up a baseball, he's right there with the scouting report. So,
and it's a little-known fact that Hudson Graham also has the whitest teeth in all of Georgia. It's unbelievable. And, you know, I'm very envious.
So new pitcher on the mound for Canes American, and this is going to be Cohen Carsa. So Cohen Carsa, Pro 5 Academy player, 2026, 35th ranked right-hander in North Carolina, 139 overall.
It's warming up at 87. That's a good sign. Going to try to extinguish this little rally that 6'4" is cooking up here.
He's got a 4-pitch mix, fastball, curveball, slider, and change. Interesting, a little bit of a faster curveball. The Prep Baseball scouting report has a slower slider than curve for him. He's also got a changeup.
6'5", 200 listed as.
Yep. Those Pro 5 players definitely get tested throughout their season in the National Academies Association.
It's a good-looking delivery. It's athletic on line.
Was walking into the fire here with 2 on and 1 out here in the top of the fourth. Runners at second and third for 6'4" DP as they're looking to put those first runs across the plate. Now Liam McCavitt from St. John Bosco Academy, 5'11", 165-pound catcher, is going to try to make something happen.
This is Audie time right now.
Ball bounces away from Woda.
Starts him with the big breaking ball. Really good job of blocking that one. I mean, having confidence to throw a sharp breaking ball like that with a runner on third base, you gotta really have confidence in the catcher to, if it's in the dirt, to block it.
So 1-0, swing and miss. That one goes foul. Yeah, Jack Woda from Bishop O'Connell High School in Virginia, certainly looking awfully strong behind the plate.
That ball had some late arm side run on that one. Really got on his hands.
So 1-1 to McCavitt, shows bunt, goes that one.
Oh, it was
hard back foul.
Was that a suicide?
Yeah, it makes it a little hard to tell without being able to see the main angle on the shot.
I figured it was a suicide if he didn't pull back on that one.
Cabot calls time. Key moment for 6'4" DP here.
That's a real favor, too, because he fouled that one off. He bunted it foul, so 2-1.
That one's up and away.
2-1 to 1-2 is a big percentage difference in success rates. I think he's going to throw him a breaking ball again, see if he gets him chasing.
The 2-2. Just misses inside.
Woba tried to pull it back in. Wasn't fooling the umpire.
So the count's full. Big pitch here as we've got 1 out and 2 on. That one misses high, so Carsa walks in. The bases are now going to be loaded. And here's Logan Weidman. Weidman had the first hit of the game, a single in the left field in his first AB. Now he's got a bigger opportunity with the bases loaded. McCavitt, the catcher, going to get a courtesy runner.
Weidman's a big boy, 6'6", 215. Looking to get his arms extended on a fastball. He should be coming with a fastball. Oh.
Right back up the middle. Logan Weidman delivers. Here comes the first run of the game for 6'4" DP. Here comes the second. Logan Weidman standing at first base. His second hit of the game, a 2-run single to put 6'4" DP up here in the top of the 4th.
That was an impressive piece of hitting. I mean, he tried to front door a breaking ball and just kind of pulled his hands in and flipped it into center field. If I'm a hitter, you don't want to be guessing, but you're probably not thinking bases loaded, starting him with a breaking ball when he's missed a couple, the previous batter.
I think the question for Logan Weidman right now is, Logan, do you like outies?
Yes. Let's rev it up.
Misses for ball 1.
He's not missing by much, but it's just off the edge, and despite what Woba's trying to do back there, it's not helping.
Got a 1-0 count to Caden Lindsay. Flicks that foul.
He was right on that one.
Like we've seen more breaking stuff from Carsa so far.
Indeed.
There's the 1-1. Misses high. Two-one count to Lindsay. And we're back to the top of the order for Jack Richardson. Sends that one down the left field line.
6'4" hitters are right on the breaking balls. They're not, their hands are back. They're not fooled. Just missed that one.
I was talking with Shooter Hunt in our game yesterday about a lot of pitchers in this event seem to be pitching backwards, as you got a lot of guys expecting velo in this event. I think you're seeing Carsa kind of follow suit here with what we've seen from a lot of the bigger arms. Swing and a miss, goes down on strike, so now 2 down.
Like he took a little bit off that fastball.
Maybe trading a little location for velocity, but he goes down on strikes. Jack Richardson 0 for 1. He's got a walk in his first AB.
A hit right here, a 2-0 deficit is certainly you could certainly climb back. 4-0 with the way Carson's pitching on the mound. That might be a tall task.
We've seen some quick innings from Carson and Dominic so far on the other side. It's a 1-0. Belts that one into center. Excuse me, right field. Makes the out. So we're through 3.5. 2-0 though is the lead for 6-4-3 DP. We'll be back from LakePoint Sports.
Just burgers? It's just boring. Get your sausage on and keep it juicy.
Boogie woogie jam slam, bust the dialect. I'm the man in command. Come flow with the sounds of the.
Grilling is an art. Don't forget to add sausage, Picasso. Keep it juicy.
Jump to the jam, boogie woogie jam slam, bust the dialect. I'm the man in command. Come flow with the sounds of the mighty.
This season, LakePoint Sports is partnering with Johnsonville to highlight positive actions, good sportsmanship, and selfless acts associated with all the various youth sports that we love. Any and everyone is encouraged to share these moments, so whether you're the one that spotted the activity, the one performing the act, or the recipient of the good deed, there's something in it for everyone, and Johnsonville just might reward you for your behavior and our participation. So use the QR code for more information on how you can make a submission, or head over to LakePointSports.com or our social media channels to access the submission form. A great representation of exactly what we're looking for came from this moment from Tennessee Nationals Joseph Sullish, who could only tip his cap after a fantastic catch from Excel Blue Waves Cooper Mincy. We're back at LakePoint Sports, bottom of the fourth, 2-0 lead for 6-4-3 DP over Canes American. Cory McCartney, Prep Baseball's Sean Duncan in with you.
Starts with a strike, this time with the breaking ball.
And Dominic just 40 pitches in here in the bottom of the fourth. Been cruising along. He's got
a little bit of cushion now.
And he's got Jack Woda at the plate, followed by Riles Morris and Hodge Williams. Rips that inside.
Off air, we were just chatting with Hudson Graham, and we asked him what his thoughts were on Carson, and he's like, "Oh yeah, he's already invited to the future games."
Yep.
So he's on it as always. Never doubt him.
Yeah, he knows these kids.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, I know that everybody loves coming to the future games, but I think for these Georgia guys, it's like, sort of feels like defending your backyard, so I know a lot of them get really amped about being a part of it. Absolutely rips that one, does Woda. On the run, against the wall, makes that out.
Got a good jump on the left fielder.
Yeah, nice job in left field there from Caden Lindsay to make that catch for the second out. Here is Riles Morris.
And Georgia's had a long history of bringing some dudes. I remember the first year Team Georgia, you had Lesko and Harry Ford and Riley Sanford. Oh, Jared Jones, who may have hit the farthest home run in BP I've ever seen for a 16-year-old.
Our intern, Riley Klingman, was telling a story yesterday about how he actually struck Harry Ford out with a 70-mile-an-hour splitter, so he's got a story to tell. So.
Oh, yeah.
That's the kind of thing you hold on to.
Yeah, and he's climbing up the prospect list in the minor leagues. He's an uber athletic catcher.
Yeah, I got to play in the WBC for United Kingdom.
Yeah, it was interesting. I didn't realize.
I'm calling him King Harry. 2-0.
Did you just make that up?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. We watched The Crown at my house, so we're still trying to make our way through it. It's not. It's kind of like dense, so you can't watch a bunch of them at once. It's not like watching the a sitcom or something where you can kind of fly through them.
My wife watches it. It looks painful.
On first watch, it took me a while. I couldn't watch it at the beginning, and then I went back and I was like, okay, I can do this. But that was after the one guy was in House of Dragons, so I'm used to seeing him doing other things. He was also Doctor Who, but I don't watch Doctor Who. But yeah, I'm a little in on it now. My wife's all about it.
It forces me to go work some more. I'm like, all right, it's time for me to leave. Do something productive.
So that's a good point. When you're not watching baseball, then what do you watch?
Barely anything. I don't. Good pitch.
Down on strikes. Nice job by Carson and Dominic. You get out of that inning, and man, he's absolutely putting on a show.
It's amazing. It really is. We just talked about the crown for 2 minutes and the inning's over.
Carson and Dominic, man, making things happen. So is Sean Duncan. Sean, man, thank you so much for coming on the last couple days. It's been great. We'll see you back here for the future games. Appreciate it.
You're a true professional,
Thank
Cory.
you, man. Thank you. We'll be back with LakePoint Sports for the National Program Invitational. And you'll see Hudson Graham in the booth with me when we return.
First one I picked up, I just liked it the best. And like I said, I tried a lot of different companies, a lot of different models, and I fell in love with Old Hickory for sure.
Welcome back to LakePoint Sports. Cory McCartney, Hudson Graham from Prep Baseball Georgia with you. Sean Duncan on his way out trying to make that case for who he thinks should be our player of the game here from this matchup on the Audi Marietta Championship field. So we will duly take your recommendation in hand as we make our long-awaited decision at the end of this one. 2-0 lead for 643 DP. One misses. Ball to start things off. Hester at the plate. Carsa still on the mound for Canes American. Rips that one down the right side. That's in for a hit. Hester on his way past first. It's going into second. Throw is not going to be in time. Going to be in there for a leadoff double. So Hudson, you know these 6'4" DP players so well. You were talking to us about Carson and Dominic during one of the commercial breaks. Who were you kind of like looking at on this matchup and kind of thought, okay, this is a guy that might have an opportunity to show out?
Yeah, this was our first time seeing the Cougars this summer, so we've been looking forward to having him. And Carson, we knew was going to throw this game. He was actually at the top prospect games on Wednesday for a little tune-up, little 15-20 pitch action in our event. So he was one that we were really excited to see. And then this whole lineup, 1 through 9, as Xander gets under that one. But 1 through 9, I love this 6'4" Cougars lineup with Richardson at the top. Maris, you got Todd Haley walking up here on deck. For Walton, he almost hit one out of this field the other day whenever I was watching him. So really 1 through 9, Prago does a great job with these guys and really, really like this team.
So Eason Derpoventude flies out. It's going to be 1 down for Todd Haley. Mentioned Todd was somebody, and we'll see him in a moment, that you guys had at the Georgia preseason All-State. So name all too familiar for you. And this is Joe Montembeau from Marist.
This is a good one, too. Uncommitted 25. He had a really big high school year. I believe he got Region Player of the Year. So another uncommitted name that we're keeping an eye on. Obviously, being a 2025 on this team, he's definitely probably one of the next ones to find a home somewhere. I heard he's a high academic guy as well, so a really good school like that may be in the cards.
Yeah, teammate of his, John Loudon, going to be making his college choice very soon.
I did see that. Yeah, we have 1 or 2 future gamers from last year's team left to commit, and then that would be all 25 to be committed.
Yeah, I know John's going to be making his decision any day now.
We had quite a few of these kids over at our event at Top Prospect Games Tuesday, Wednesday. Caden Lindsay, Jack Reese, Todd Haley was there. Carson Admonick was there. So we love seeing these 6'4" guys.
They've got a 2-0 lead here in the top of the 5th. 2-1 count to Montembeau.
I was over there to see Carson pitch the first couple innings, which first couple innings were really impressive from him. He was 87, 89, flashing 3 pitches, even 4 at times. He's got a changeup he's been working on that he was showing us at the showcase the other day. So, the coaches were flocking to the Audi Marietta field for this matchup.
Yeah, and Sean was, in love with the way that he just messes with timing and can, mess with the elevation on the fastball and be able to go inside, outside. I think he just, so far, through some 4.5 really strong innings, he's just completely showed out in this game.
Yeah, I sent a guy to see him in the playoffs this spring against Habersham Central, and he actually had a no-hitter going through 6 2/3. But it was funny. Funny enough, we get there and South Paulding's field has a black net behind home plate, so we didn't get video of the no-hitter.
That's weird.
It was a strange situation for sure, but. Admonick's somebody that we've seen in the past, but it's really taken the next step. Obviously, with the 6'5" frame, all these pitching coaches sitting behind home are in love with it as that one gets down the line.
So Todd Haley's on the run. Here comes another run for 6'4" DP as Todd Haley's on his way to second base. He's going to have a runner at third as well. So Todd Haley comes through with a RBI double and 6'4" DP building on this lead.
Two-way guy, Todd. I love these two-way guys. Big football player at Walton this year, and like I said, he keeps hitting. He had 2 balls in the gap on this field, I believe yesterday or the day before, and really got a lot of pop. I think he could have obviously had a big sophomore season at Walton, but I think next year we could see some real numbers from Todd.
I remember at preseason All-State you talking about him saying that, hey, I think that's the guy we need to be paying attention to.
Definitely.
And he's definitely showing every minute of it. So Carsa's been running into some trouble on the mound. We'll see if he's going to continue. Say a bit of a quick trigger with Yang, and Carsa goes out as well as 6'4" DP makes it a 3-0 lead here in the top of the 5th. We'll see who comes on to replace him.
A lot of good games today on game. What day are we on? Game day 3 of this?
Yep. 3. I'm honestly, I went home last night and I forgot what day. I thought yesterday was Saturday.
I know. Yeah, day 3.
Together. We
got moving day today, I guess you could say, and then bracket will start tomorrow. Obviously, this bracket, you got Canes National that's doing really well, Padres scout team that's looking great. Trying to think what other Georgia guys are doing well.
Yeah, we were trying to piece together what that 16U bracket might look like and how you can try to avoid an early matchup between Canes National and Padres scout team and get that as your championship. But right now, kind of looking like they might be 1 and 4 seeds, so they might end up meeting in the semifinals. But that would be a great matchup, and no matter what point we potentially get that one.
Yeah, I was sitting down next to Matthew Sharman watching this game, actually, and he's getting ready to go tomorrow for Game 1, so counting down for that one. We got to see Connor Langdon today for Canes National, who was a guy that we've seen in the past, junior future gamer. Didn't get the chance to get down to see him this spring, had a couple injuries that he was getting healed up, and it didn't line up for us to go down to Perry to see him. But he got up to 95 today. 94.5 from Connor Langdon, Mississippi State commit. Settled in, came out hot, hit and walked the first guy. Then I think he got 2 or 3 Ks to finish the inning and settled in for a really good outing. But that was really awesome to see from him. He's our number 4 ranked player in the 26 class, right behind Sharman and Deion Cole. So actually we have all 3 of those guys here this weekend. So it's been good to get to see everybody. This was our first look at them playing for Canes National. Pretty much all Georgia staff on Canes National, which is really cool with him, Colin White, Ty Mobley, Connor Langdon, Ty Tillery, and Diego Becerra.
Yeah, I was talking to Grady Emerson, the 2nd-ranked player in 2026, who's a part of that Canes National team pregame, and I said, have you gotten to face Sharman at all? And he's like, I haven't faced him since we were 13, and he's like, thankfully I'm not going to have to face him at all anytime this summer.
I know. So. I definitely wouldn't want to face Langdon today. He's already super intimidating on the mound. He pitches with a lot of not so much emotion, but you can tell he's just locked in up there. Kind of I guess you could call it eye of the tiger look. He's definitely intimidating out there.
So this is James Templeton taking over on the mound for Canes American, right-hander out of Franklin Regional High School in Pennsylvania. He's got a fastball up around 82, slider 73, changeup 71 to 72. He's going to be facing Jack Reese as 6'4" 3 DP's now got a 3-0 lead here in the top of the 5th. Reese is 1 for 1. Jumps on that first pitch from Templeton, skies that one into the right field gap.
That's
typical. On his way home, here comes another run.
Typical 6-4-3 baseball there. Station to station, get you a sac fly. They're going to bunt. They're going to run. They're going to hit and run. Coach Prago over there getting it done.
Well, Jack Reese does a job, and here comes Liam McCavitt with another run crossing the plate for 6'4" 3 DP. They now lead 4-0 here in the top of the 5th. McCavitt's 0 for 1 as well. Saw him with a sacrifice fly in his last AB to score a run.
We got Ian over on field 14, I guess. Deion Cole just hit one, 106 exit velo.
Wow.
He said he'd be on to finish out the 7th on here.
I'm sure he's going to be bringing that up when he gets in here to the studio.
Yeah, he's been running crazy. He gets a few more tasks than I do. I've been following some Georgia guys and finding some other out-of-states for Shooter, but Shooter definitely grabs him and pulls him to a lot of, the top nationally ranked players on the Padres scout team and Scorpions and a couple of these other teams. So he's been doing double duty on his Georgia guys and these national guys.
It's an 0-1 count to McCavitt. Templeton fires. McCavitt sends that one back up to short, gathers, throws in time for the 3rd out. Canes American, though, they're trailing 4-0 as 6'4" 3 DP has added 2 more runs here in the 5th. We'll be back from the National Program Invitational.
Where's it written? Only grill burgers? Nowhere. That's where. Now throw on some sausage. And keep it juicy.
Boogie, woogie, jam, slam, bust the dialect. I'm the man in command. Come, flow with the sounds of the mighty Mike.
We got a 4-0 lead for 6'4" 3 DP over Canes American as we head to the bottom of the 5th in our game of the day from the National Program Invitational. Carson and Dominic still on the mound for 6'4" 3 DP. He's going to be going against Hodge Williams, Justin Lee, and Alexander Cantwell from Canes American. Cory McCartney, Prep Baseball, Georgia's Hudson Graham with you. Thought we'd have a catcher ready for Dominic, but he's going to get a little bit of a breather. Maybe the one time you can get that guy to slow down when he's out there on the mound. He likes to work fast.
Great tempo, yeah, really good tempo. I mentioned when Langdon being intimidating, 6'5" frame coming at you pitch after pitch. He's ready to get back on the mound. Got a little rhythm in his delivery. We mentioned Matthew Sharman, similar to him. He's got a lot of rhythm in his delivery, so like the tempo there from a Dominic as he goes changeup, first pitch. Love it. Really good to get warmed up.
Seems like a guy who's really got a feel for every pitch in his arsenal, knows exactly where he wants to put it. Able to mess with batter's timing, messing with elevation, inside, outside. Really a guy who's been pitching really, really well today.
Yeah, 6'4" 3. They've had a good showing this week at MPI. We got the 17U Cougars later tonight with the Zagrin twins and John Stutzer and those guys. And then you got the 15U with Austin Tambora and Amari Griffin. So those guys always doing a great job with their program.
Ball one to start off Hodge Williams, who is 0 for 1. Make it 2-0. And I was, talking with everybody pretty much who's been on here about these points of you getting these national teams going against these teams with local players who have been together for a long time. I think there's a point of pride for these teams like 6'4" 3 DP and Georgia Jackets to come in here and, one, show that they can hang, but then secondarily show, we can play a little bit too.
Yeah, definitely. The 6'4" 3, they've always been like that. Obviously, been around them growing up around here, so they're always pulling from that Marietta, Paulding area. You know, you'll get a Forsyth guy here or there. Good play there from Richardson to get the first out. But yeah, we got a couple teams like that. You got them, and then the Jackets are the same way. They're you know, mostly Alpharetta. You know, they've got a couple South Georgia kids this year, which is new for them, but they're the same way. They played a strong MPI as well.
Yeah, I think it's what, you know, talking to Sean about this, part of what makes this event so great is because you do have these kind of super teams, but then these other teams, you know, these kids have kind of developed together, get to come on here and, you know, test themselves against it, and it really makes for a really interesting event as Lee shows bunt, pulls back.
Yeah, just walking around the park, I've heard nothing but great things. I think the quality gets better and better every year. Kyle Coletta, our national tournament director, does a great job putting this event together. We took away the 14U, so it gives a few other spots for these older teams, and I think it's really, really paid off. The quality of play is really, really high this year.
1-2 to Lee as we get a little timing there from Dominic.
He's thrown a couple of those. I was behind home plate on those, and they're just missing. I think the GoPro on the head might be getting him a little tight. I guess they might go back and review the footage of him, but that's a good spot. Ooh.
It's now Parker Davis at the plate, by the way. He's taking over.
I guess that was down. As I make resets here, 3-2, two really good pitches there.
You can blame us for the GoPro being on the on the umpire's head. Davis swings.
Some cool footage. Really cool footage, though. We obviously got to see it last week, too. You know, there was a couple plays with the field guy I think y'all did last week.
Yep.
So definitely a cool touch. I know the umpires love it.
Yeah, it's good for them. You know, I think they like to see themselves at work, too, and it makes for a really cool vantage point as well. Ends up walking Davis, so a one-out walk. Will be Dominic's second walk of the game.
Dominic skipped his outing last week, so I guess they actually were here at the showdown. We did get to see him then, but he wasn't able to throw. So
comes Cantwell.
Obviously a big game there.
Strike.
Starts him off with a changeup. I really like that changeup from him. He hasn't been throwing it too long. He was flashing it at the showcase the other day and talked about really developing it. But he's mixing in a curveball and a slider. He got the slider in the upper 70s, and then you flip over a curveball kind of in the low 70s. That was pretty late there. Good, though. I mean, he's athletic. You know it's good when you can see guys like that slow their motion down and just toss it in there. Some of these guys with higher velo, they would have let that one fly halfway up the net.
0-1 goes back at it. In for a strike as he swings through. Cantwell's 0 for 1. Means American looking to make something happen here in the bottom of the fifth. They've had just one hit so far. And for another strike. Dominic glances over. Here comes the 1-2 to Cantwell. Swing and a miss, taken off, throw down to second, not in time. We're gonna have a runner at second though, but a second out on the ledger as Dominic gets another strikeout.
Even though Adminic's had these couple of walks, it still looks like he's in complete control. I think he's got a plan. He knows what he wants to throw when he wants to throw it. The biggest thing with having multiple pitches that he can throw for strikes is just confidence. You can tell he definitely has a lot of confidence with all of his pitches.
Got 3 strikeouts so far, a couple walks. There's Cooper Kelly.
Quite a few Canes teams bouncing around this week. It's hard to distinguish who's who at times.
Yeah, exactly.
Our Canes Southeast group, they're having a great weekend. Isaiah Gallison's kind of stolen the show for the Georgia staff the last couple of days. He came to top prospect games, ran a 6.88.
Wow.
91 across the infield. Really big BP round. And then he's had, I think, a double, a triple, hopped up on the mound and was up to 92 last night. So the Houston County infielder has definitely gained a lot of buzz the last couple of days on Kane Southeast.
That one just gets inside for a strike. Makes it 1-1 to Kelly, who's 0 for 1. Got a runner at second now. Kane's American looking to make something happen here. Down 4-0 in the bottom of the fifth. Comes the 1-1. Rips that one to first. Gathers, flips Dan Dominic for the inning out. Another runner stranded for Kane's American. It's been the story so far for them. 4-0 lead for 6-4-3 DP. We'll be back from LakePoint Sports.
Next. Next. Stop.
We got it?
No. Keep going.
Again.
Next. Next.
If you don't pick one,
Oh, you have time. Am I keeping you from your job? Next. I don't even know where I am anymore. Stop.
Do we finally have it?
Let's go back to the beginning.
Are you
Your
joking?
electric future customized. The fully electric Audi Q4 e-tron.
Making every second count. That is how I live. And this is how I hydrate. Body Armor Sport Water. Water for the athlete and all of us.
This is ready to go online. Any questions?
Yeah, I got one. How about the best network imaginable? Let's invent that.
That's what we do here.
Quick survey. Who wants their internet to work pretty much everywhere?
And it needs to run smooth, like super smooth.
Hey, should you be drinking that?
It's decaf. Because we're busy women.
We don't have time for lag or buffering. Who doesn't want internet that helps AI do your homework even faster?
Come again?
Sorry, what was that?
Introducing the next generation 10G network, only from Xfinity. The future starts now.
Drive.
Top of the sixth here in our game of the day from the National Program Invitational, 6-4-3 DP with a 4-0 lead over Kane's American. A big reason why they got that 4-0 lead is at the plate, and Logan Weidman, who's 2 for 2 with a couple RBI. Cory McCartney, Hudson Graham for Prep Baseball Georgia with you. Templeton continuing on the mound for Kane's American.
Weidman's one of 3 brothers, I believe, that have played college ball, or I think it's 2 older ones, I believe.
Yes.
One was at Highlands, right?
Yep. Yeah, he's on his way to Western Kentucky now.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He did have a
Tough play
really
at
big
third.
year. Had a big year for them. I know a guy over at Western Kentucky. I remember him asking about them. We were talking about him. His dad was over there whenever I was getting some video, and he's all of 6'6", 6'7". That's obviously where they get it from.
Certainly a talented baseball family. Let's see what Logan Weidman's got here. 0-2 count. Rips that one foul. 9th ranked first baseman in Georgia in the class, 170 overall. Now we're going to have the 27 rankings updates coming up this next week.
Yeah, next
big moment
week
for you guys.
Yeah, we'll get through the MPI, and obviously had top prospect games Tuesday and Wednesday, and we had a lot of high-end 27s at that one. Definitely some guys that are going to be on the move. One of which is a 6'4" kid, Austin Tambora. He's really impressed. Really, all of us on the staff. He hit one off the scoreboard on field 13 during the showcase the other day. Ran a 6'8" football kid. Had a good year at North Cobb Christian. North Cobb Christian's got 3 of them coming up. Carson Bruce and then JD. I won't even try to butcher the last name. Starts with the A. But they got 3 of them, and then Harry Chubb Jones Jr. was up to 92 at the showcase on Tuesday. So
0-2 swings through it. Weidman goes down on strikes for the first out. It's interesting with the 27s because Shooter Hunt and I were doing a video kind of on the top of it there with the top 10 and some movement within the top 10. How, you guys really, for a lot of these players, you were just getting your first look at them through the high school season, and kind of makes it, the summer seems even more important for them because for some schools, they didn't get a chance to play. So this is like their chance to really move up.
Yeah, definitely. I think we start, good swing there from Caden Lindsay, just
gathers
third baseman shifted over.
Gathers at third and throws.
But yeah, for me, I think that, the 27s, obviously I've been following a little bit with picking the Junior Future Games team. We tried to get ahead of those guys, and then I got out there this spring to see a lot of them, and I think that's kind of where we start. Obviously, these guys that get in and play at some of these bigger schools, obviously performing at a young age is obviously key. But then you got guys that didn't get to play as much on the high school team, but obviously can still really play. So that's the ones we're trying to find this summer. A lot of these high school kids have really made a big jump, including Isaiah Gallison. Hayes McGinnis is another one. Austin Tambora I mentioned. So the 2027 class is definitely in good hands.
Yeah, we're definitely in that weird period, though, where you have so many of them that they're really their only chance to show out is during these summer months in the travel scene while they watch some other guys maybe pop up in those first initial rankings that came out back in, November, December, and then we'll have this update now.
Yeah, I'm excited for this update. We were able to see a lot of them and make some good moves in this upcoming update.
Dribbler, Templeton Falls, third baseman, bare hands it throws. Man, what a nearly fantastic play, but able to get across first base for a 2-out infield single. That was nearly a fantastic play to get Richardson at first, but Gabriel Hester, not Jacob Hester. That would be a different story altogether. Gabriel Hester going to come to the plate with 2 down and 1 on here in the top of the 6th.
Hester's a Mount Parent guy that I got to see in the playoffs. Guy we've seen the last couple years actually, but really good player. Plays hard, can run. Ideal top of the order candidate.
Calls a balk. So we see Richardson now at second. So now another runner in scoring position for 6'4" 3DP. We'll see what Hester's able to do. Start off this at bat. Rips that one right up the middle. Richardson tracking past third on his way into home. The throw is not going to be in time, so here comes a 5th run for 6'4" 3DP as Gabriel Hester comes through with a base hit and RBI single right up the middle.
Doesn't matter who 6'4" playing, they're always going to be competitive. Obviously, this lineup's really, really talented, but they always find ways to manufacture runs.
So here comes Easander Poventude, 0 for 3 on the day. He's got a runner at second and a 5-0 lead here in the top of the 6th.
See, he's one of those players that didn't get to play a ton as a freshman at Kennesaw Mountain, but then obviously had a full year as a sophomore. So that's what we're looking for in a lot of these 27s that necessarily didn't get to play their freshman year. Most of them, should be an impact guy as they move into their sophomore year.
But he's also somebody you guys have seen a lot of
yeah.
because he's played here so much in different events.
No, he was one of the best hitters we had saw at 14U. It was all at 14U. He wasn't as big, but he was still really strong and bigger than a lot of the other kids and could really, really hit, which still can. He's actually getting even stronger. Talked to quite a few coaches about him today as I was watching that game in the beginning. But, yeah, really good ball player. Can really play anywhere in the infield. Obviously, the bat's going to keep him in the game.
6 foot, 198 pound, 13th ranked shortstop in Georgia.
That's the only tough thing with these rankings is keeping an eye on some of these guys' positions as they're younger and then as they change positions. Obviously, they get ranked by what's on their profile at times, but we kind of got to manipulate that and make sure it's right as he dumps that one into left field for a base knock.
So Poventude comes through with another 2-out hit, and 6'4" 3DP in motion again. 5-0 lead here in the top of the 6th, and here goes Montembeau. Montembeau 0 for 2. Out of Marist, lefty hitter, right-handed thrower.
Big year for Marist. Really talented team. Nearly everybody returning, so we should see them back in the playoffs next year.
Templeton starts him off with a strike. So you got 2 on, 2 out, 5-0 lead. Montembeau put his swings on this one. Rips it past off the first baseman's glove. Second baseman on the run to gather it. Another run headed home. 6-0 lead as Montembeau comes through with an RBI. Tough play at first as he just glances off of his glove and had everybody on the run.
Todd Haley coming up here, I guess he got a pretty bad turf burn on his hand at the show. He was showing me at the showcase the other day. He's having to tape it up, and he's been hitting really well, so it must not be affecting him too much. Tough football kid.
6'4" 3DP running away with this one, up 6-0. Got Carson and Dominic making some magic happen on the mound for them as well.
Yeah, I'll be anxious to see if he goes back out for the 6th with, obviously can't come back and throw, but.
Throw from Wong, glances out the first baseman. The second baseman's glove. Another run's going to score. Some lackadaisical play in the outfield. Runners going back to third, so another run crosses, make it 7-0 for 6'4" 3DP.
It doesn't matter how long the first and third plays and different things are in place. 6'4" is going to figure out a way to score that run from third. They're kind of the first ones that started doing the fall down play over at first.
Oh, okay.
I remember they still run it. I saw them running it the other day, and it still gets guys.
1-0 to Haley. Watches that in for a strike. Yeah, you think after you watch Kentucky do it at in the SEC championship, the SEC tournament, that everybody would kind of be a little bit more hip to that. But yeah, it always seems to get kids. Comes a 2-1.
As a pitcher, they always said just step off, get rid of the ball, and let the infielders do the rest.
Two-1 to Haley, who is 1 for 2. That misses high, makes it 3-1.
Man, I thought you guys were sitting up there playing MLB The Show, man. I was about to get jealous, man.
Make it 3-1 count. Got Blue coming in, asking if we're playing MLB The Show here in our studio. That'd be a completely different situation. Makes it 3-1. Haley watches that one skip away and going to make his way down for a 2-out walk. A lot of action here has happened with 2 down in this inning for 6'4" 3DP. They've added 3 more runs, make it 7-0. They got 9 hits to just 1 from Canes American, and looks like that may be it for Templeton, the 3rd pitcher so far for this Canes American crew. See if Templeton exits or if he's just getting a few reassuring words as they try to get themselves out of this inning. So still the continuation of pool play today. What other games you got on the docket that you'll be watching for the rest of the day?
So we got Smart Tents over there. We got Divine as they walk in here. We got them later tonight. I believe Eston Simpson's going to be in relief for them on the mound. So that'll be exciting to see. They got a lot of good uncommitted 25s on that team. 6'4" 17U will be over later tonight. I know Shooter was talking about giving them a good look. With John Stutzer obviously making a big climb in the 2025 ranks that we've talked about before. So Shooter wants to be sure to get another look at him. So a lot of good stuff going on. A lot of good stuff this morning with the Georgia guys. Had quite a few games. Jackets playing both slots. There we go, 1st and 3rd again.
Got him in a rundown. Run's going to score, though. Able to score that run before the out. Give him another one. 8-0 for 6'4" 3DP as we head to the bottom of the 6th. A nice, smart base running there from 6'4" 3DP as they build on this lead. We'll be back. You're watching the National Program Invitational.
At Academy Sports and Outdoors, you'll always find more fun with great brands at the best prices. More of this, and this. So you can get together for a little of that, and a lot more of that. And even some of that, and that's good. Have more fun with great brands at the best prices. Only at Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Welcome back to LakePoint Sports, the bottom of the 6th here in our game of the day from the National Program Invitational. 6-4-3 DP taking on Canes American. They got a 8-0 lead as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning, and gonna see Carson and Dominic continue on the mound. He did come out for another one here, Hudson, and man, he has looked awfully strong and gonna continue to get a chance to keep this Canes American lineup at bay.
I was able to get down and watch the first two innings from him, and immediately got Shooter over to make sure he saw him. Obviously, we got Shooter here, so want to make sure we get eyes on these Georgia guys from him. So he came over, watched a couple innings from him. So obviously, really strong outing as a really quality team in the Canes American.
Yeah, 59.7% strike rate from Dominic so far in this outing. Of his 67 pitches, 40 of them have gone for strikes. He's thrown 67.5% fastballs. Comes a 1-1. Flicks that foul. We get to dive a little bit more in these metrics that we're now able to access within the pitch-aware framework, so it makes for some really cool stuff to be able to really see what these guys are doing real time in games. Swings and a miss.
Love that quick
goes
pitch
down
there.
on strikes. Yeah, he's done, as I mentioned a couple times, just the absolute mastery here of timing has been evident.
Of all the timing that all these pitchers are starting to do, I think the no leg lift out of the windup is probably one of my favorites, especially when you got something on the fastball. It can really disrupt hitters' timing.
He's got a 66% swing and miss on his breaking ball so far.
It's a good spot there.
Pumps that in, but it's going to be for ball 2. Can't get the strike calls. He runs it to 3-0. Right down the middle for strike 1. Be a 1-out walk. Be his 3rd walk.
He's done a good job, though, even when he is walking these guys. He's done a good job buckling down. Catcher's done a good job. They've managed base runners well, so.
He's allowed just 4 base runners, the only hit coming from a double. He's working on a shutout here in the bottom of the 6th with 1 out. Pettis shows bunt. Oh, nice diving catch. His catch goes back to first. Great play behind the plate for that diving catch. Absolute fantastic work from Liam McCavitt.
I'm not sure how the guy at first got back. Looked like it was getting down for sure.
Yeah, McCavitt lays out for that one and nearly had the double play, but going to be 2 down as we see catcher Jack Woda at the plate.
Dang.
Yeah.
First one I picked up, I just liked it the best. And like I said, I tried a lot of different companies, a lot of different models, and I fell in love with Old Hickory for sure.
dominating performance for Carson and Dominic in 6-4-3 DP in this one, as we see 6-4-3 DP get an 8-0 win. We're going to hand out our player of the game. We're going to take one more quick break, and we'll be back with you from the National Program Invitational. You've been watching our game of the day from the National Program Invitational. Cory McCartney along with Prep Baseball Georgia's Hudson Graham. And Hudson, a dominating performance from 6-4-3 DP, an 8-0 win. Yeah, they got some stuff done offensively. Logan Weidman with 2 of their 9 hits, a couple RBIs. But Carson and Dominic was absolutely dominant. 6-inning pitch allows just 1 hit, 4 strikeouts. He has a few walks, but he just absolutely looked locked in from the start. And this pitching a shutout looked fantastic.
Yep, confidence was great. 4 pitches for strikes. Fastball was 86, 88, 89 early on. Like I said, threw that changeup in there in the upper 70s, low 80s, and then he's got the curveball slider to go with it. So obviously great tempo from him. We moved right along this game. Obviously capped off the 1 inning with the run rule. But yeah, great performance from Carson. Excited to see him in the future. He's actually got a future games invitation out to him. So hopefully we can have him there and get another one of those performances.
5th-ranked right-hander in Georgia, 15th overall. You look at the next level numbers on him from this one, a .71 batting average against, 59% usage on that fastball. He gets a 31% swing and miss on that. The breaking ball was next level, though. He gets an 18% usage, 66.7% swing and miss on his secondary stuff. He talked to you about the use of a changeup. What did you think specifically about him and the secondary pitches today?
The confidence with it. I think it goes back to that. I think having the confidence in those pitches. He told me he was obviously mixing in that changeup and really wanted to learn to throw it. So obviously showed it today, but that breaking ball did really, really well. He started off early in the lineup. He went fastball heavy to start guys off. Obviously the 1 hit off of him. I think they were just kind of sitting dead red on fastball to lead that hitter off. But yeah, had great swing and miss stuff. Flipped it over for strikes early in the count as well. So all around, really, really good performance.
6 innings pitched, 1 hit allowed, just a double, a shutout for Carson and Dominic. Gets him player of the game from our matchup here in this game of the day for the National Program Invitational. Appreciate you watching us over these past few days, and make sure if you have a chance to come on out here and see 140 of the best teams in the nation playing out here across the baseball village. And we'll have more action coming from you later on as we head into the championship games on Monday. So until next time, appreciate Sean Duncan stopping by, of course Hudson Graham and producer Mason Monroe in the back. So until next time, we'll see you back here from LakePoint Sports.